My name is Maya. I am 25 years old now, but my story begins many years ago. This is the story of my life. This is the story of how I learned that nothing in this world is free. Everything has a price. Sometimes we pay with money. Sometimes we pay with time. Sometimes we pay with our hearts. Let me tell you my story from the beginning. I was born in a small village. My village was beautiful. There were green fields everywhere. There were tall trees and colorful flowers. The air was clean and fresh. Birds sang every morning. It was a peaceful place. My family was poor. We did not have much money. My father worked in the fields every day. My mother sold vegetables in the market. They worked very hard, but we never had extra money. We had enough food to eat. We had a small house to live in, but we had nothing more. I had one brother. His name was Tom. Tom was 3 years older than me. He was kind and strong. He always protected me. He was my best friend. When I was 7 years old, something wonderful happened. A rich woman came to our village. Her name was Mrs. Chen. She was looking for a smart child to help. Mrs. Chen had no children of her own. She wanted to find a young girl to live with her and help her in her big house in the city. Mrs. Chen talked to many families. She asked many questions. She looked at many children. Then she came to our house. "Your daughter is very bright," Mrs. Chen said to my mother. "I can see it in her eyes. She is smart and quick. I want to take her to the city. She will live in my house. She will go to school. She will have everything she needs. I will give her a good life." My mother cried. She held my hand very tight. "I don't want to lose my daughter," she said. "You are not losing her," Mrs. Chen said. "You are giving her a chance. She will have opportunities. She will learn. She will have a better life than this village can give her." My father looked sad, but he nodded his head. "It is true," he said. "We cannot give her these things. We love Maya very much. If this woman can give her a better life, maybe we should let her go." That night, my family talked for many hours. Tom held my hand. "I will miss you, little sister," he said. "But maybe this is good for you." 3 days later, I left my village. I left my mother and father. I left my brother Tom. I left the green fields and the singing birds. Mrs. Chen took me to the city in her big car. The city was huge. There were tall buildings everywhere. There were so many people. There were cars and buses and noise. Everything moved so fast. I was scared. Mrs. Chen's house was very big. It had many rooms. It had soft carpets and beautiful furniture. My room was bigger than my whole house in the village. I had a big bed with clean white sheets. I had new clothes. I had new shoes. "You are very lucky," Mrs. Chen told me. "Many girls would want this chance. You will go to a good school. You will learn many things. You will have everything you need." I nodded, but I felt sad. I missed my family. I missed the quiet nights in my village. I missed my mother's cooking. I missed playing with Tom. The next week, I started school. The school was big and modern. There were hundreds of students. Everyone wore clean uniforms. Everyone had nice bags and books. But school was hard for me. The other children spoke differently. They knew many things I did not know. They had learned things at home that I had never heard about. They laughed at my accent. They laughed at the way I talked. "Where are you from?" they asked. "Why do you talk so strange? Why don't you know these simple things?" I felt alone. I felt different. I studied very hard. I stayed up late every night reading books. I wanted to learn. I wanted to be as good as the other children. Mrs. Chen was not cruel, but she was not warm either. She gave me food and clothes. She paid for my school. But she did not hug me. She did not ask me how I felt. She treated me like a worker, not like a daughter. Every day I had to clean the house. I had to wash the dishes. I had to cook dinner. I had to do the laundry. After school, I worked for many hours. Then I studied. Then I slept. Every day was the same. "You must earn your place here," Mrs. Chen told me. Nothing is free in this world. I give you food and school. You give me your work. This is fair. I understood. This was the price. Mrs. Chen was not giving me a free gift. She was making a deal. I worked for her, and she paid for my life. Nothing was free. Years passed. I grew older. I became better at school. I learned to speak like the city children. I learned all the things they knew. I worked harder than everyone. Soon, I was one of the best students in my class. But I was not happy. I missed my family. I wrote letters to my mother every week. She wrote back, but her letters were short. She could not write very well. My father never learned to write at all. Tom wrote to me sometimes. His letters made me cry. I miss you, Maya, he wrote. The village is not the same without you. Mother cries every night. Father works harder than before. I try to help them, but I am not enough. We all miss you so much. When I was 15 years old, something terrible happened. I received a letter from Tom. The letter said that my father was very sick. He could not work anymore. The family had no money. They needed help. I ran to Mrs. Chen. Please, I said. My family needs money. My father is sick. Can you help them? Can you lend me some money? I will work harder. I will do anything. Mrs. Chen looked at me with cold eyes. I have already given you so much, she said. I pay for your food, your clothes, your school. This is expensive. I cannot give you more money. Your family is not my responsibility. But I work for you every day, I said. I clean your house. I cook your food. I do everything you ask. And I give you a place to live, Mrs. Chen said. That is the deal. I do not owe you anything more. If you want money, you must earn it yourself. I felt my heart break. I understood the truth now. Mrs. Chen did not care about me. She never did. She only wanted a worker. She took me from my family, and now she would not help them when they needed it most. That night I made a decision. I would leave. I would find a way to help my family myself. I was 15 years old, but I was strong. I could work. I could earn money. The next morning, I packed my small bag. I left Mrs. Chen's house before the sun came up. I did not say goodbye. I took a bus to my village. I used all the small money I had saved. When I arrived at my village, everything looked different. Everything looked smaller and older. The fields were not as green as I remembered. The houses looked poor and sad. I ran to my family's house. My mother opened the door. When she saw me, she screamed, Maya, my daughter, you came home. She hugged me so tight. She cried and cried. I cried too. I had missed her so much. My father was lying in bed. He looked so thin and weak. He tried to smile when he saw me. My beautiful daughter, he said. You came back to us. Tom was there too. He was 18 now. He looked like a man, not a boy. He hugged me. I'm so glad you're here, he said. But I could see the worry in their eyes. They had no money. They had no food. The house was empty and cold. Don't worry, I told them. I am here now. I will help. I will find work. Everything will be okay. The next day, I went to the town near our village. I looked for work everywhere. I was young and had no experience, but I was desperate. Finally, I found a job in a restaurant. The work was hard. I had to clean tables and wash dishes for 12 hours every day. The pay was very small, but it was something. Every week, I gave all my money to my mother. It was enough to buy food and medicine for my father. Slowly, my father got a little better. He could not work in the fields anymore, but he could sit outside in the sun. He could smile again. I worked at the restaurant for 2 years. Every day was hard. My hands became rough and red from washing dishes. My feet hurt from standing all day. But I did not complain. This was my family. They needed me. When I was 17, a new teacher came to our village school. His name was Mr. Park. He was young and kind. He heard about my story. He heard that I had studied in the city but had to leave school to work. One day, Mr. Park came to the restaurant. Maya, he said, I want to help you. You are too smart to waste your life washing dishes. You should finish school. You should go to university. I laughed sadly. That is impossible, I said. I have no money. My family needs me to work. What if you could study and work? Mr. Park asked. The school needs a helper. You could work at the school during the day and study at night. I will teach you myself. In 2 years, you can take the university exam. I could not believe it. Why would you do this for me? I asked. Mr. Park smiled. Because education should not only be for rich people, he said. Because you deserve a chance. Because someone helped me once, and now I want to help you. I wanted to say yes, but I was scared. What is the price? I asked. What do you want from me? Mr. Park looked confused. Price? I want nothing. I am a teacher. This is what teachers do. We help students learn. I realized something important. I had learned from Mrs. Chen that nothing is free. But I was wrong. Some things are free. Kindness is free. Help is free. Love is free. These things cost nothing, but they are worth everything. I said yes. For the next 2 years, I worked at the village school. I cleaned classrooms. I helped younger students. And every evening, Mr. Park taught me. He taught me math and science. He taught me history and literature. He taught me English. I studied harder than I had ever studied before. I read every book I could find. I practiced every day. Mr. Park was patient and kind. He never gave up on me. My father got better. Tom found good work in the town. My family had enough money now. They were happy that I was studying again. When I was 19, I took the university exam. I was so nervous. Hundreds of students took the exam. Only the best ones would get into the university. And only the very best would get a scholarship to pay for their studies. I waited for 3 months for the results. Those 3 months felt like 3 years. Finally, the letter came. My hands shook as I opened it. I read the words once, then twice, then 3 times. I had passed. Not only that, I had scored in the top 10. I had won a full scholarship. The university would pay for everything. I could study for free. I ran to tell my family. My mother cried happy tears. My father hugged me with tears in his eyes. Tom lifted me up and spun me around. You did it, little sister, he shouted. You did it. Mr. Park came to our house that evening. I am so proud of you, Maya, he said. I knew you could do it. Thank you, I said. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for helping me. You changed my life. You changed your own life, Mr. Park said. I just showed you the door. You walked through it yourself. That autumn, I went to the university in the big city. But this time was different. This time I was not alone. This time, I was not anyone's worker. I was a student. I was free. University was wonderful. I studied business and economics. I learned about the world. I made friends. I grew and changed. But I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot my family. I never forgot the lessons I learned. Every weekend, I took the bus home to my village. I helped my family. I spent time with them. I never wanted to lose them again. I also went to visit Mrs. Chen once. I wanted to see her. I wanted to understand why she had been so cold to me. Mrs. Chen looked older now. Her house was still big and beautiful, but it felt empty. She lived alone. She had no family. She had no friends. Maya, she said when she opened the door. She looked surprised. You came back. I wanted to thank you, I said. This confused her. Thank me? For what? You ran away. You left without saying goodbye. You took me from my village, I said. You gave me a chance to see the world. You showed me what was possible. Yes, you made me work hard. Yes, you were not kind. But you taught me something important. You taught me that nothing is free. You taught me that I must work for what I want. You taught me to be strong. Mrs. Chen's eyes filled with tears. I was not a good person to you, she said. I treated you like a servant. I am sorry. I was alone, and I did not know how to love. My life has been empty and cold. I have money, but I have nothing else. I felt sad for her. I understood now. Mrs. Chen was not cruel. She was just lonely and scared. She did not know how to connect with people. She thought everything in life was a transaction. She never learned that some things, the most important things, are free. It is not too late, I told her. You can still change. You can still find kindness and love. These things are free. You just have to open your heart. I left Mrs. Chen's house that day feeling peaceful. I had let go of my anger. I had forgiven her. I finished university when I was 23. I graduated at the top of my class. Many companies wanted to hire me. I got a good job with a good salary. But I did not forget my village. I did not forget my family. And I did not forget Mr. Park's kindness. I decided to start a program. I called it Nothing is Free, Everything is Possible. The program helped poor children from villages go to school. It helped them get books and uniforms. It helped them study, but the children had to work for it too. They had to study hard. They had to help other students. They had to promise to help more children in the future. They had to learn that nothing is free, but everything is possible if you work hard and help each other. Mr. Park helped me start the program. Tom helped too. Even my mother helped by cooking meals for the students. The program grew. More children joined. More children went to school. More children went to university. More lives changed. Now I am 25 years old. I have a good job. I have a small apartment in the city. But every weekend, I go home to my village. I spend time with my family. I work with the students in my program. My father is healthy now. He sits in the garden and tells stories to the young children. My mother sells vegetables in the market and smiles all day. Tom got married last year. His wife is kind and sweet. They are expecting a baby soon. I will be an aunt. Last week, I received a letter. It was from Mrs. Chen. She wrote that she had decided to donate money to my program. A lot of money. Enough to help hundreds of children. You were right, she wrote. It is not too late to change. I want to help. I want to give something back. Maybe this will bring some meaning to my life. Maybe this will help me feel less alone. Thank you for showing me that kindness is possible. I cried when I read her letter. People can change. Hearts can open. Love can grow. Today I sit in my village and watch the sun set over the green fields. The birds are singing. Children are playing. I can hear laughter and music. I think about my journey. I think about everything I have learned. I learned that nothing is free. Everything has a price. When Mrs. Chen took me from my family, the price was my childhood. When I left her house, the price was my comfort and security. When I worked in the restaurant, the price was my time and my youth. When I studied for the university exam, the price was sleep and rest. But I also learned that the best things in life are free. Love is free. Kindness is free. Hope is free. Forgiveness is free. These things cost nothing, but they are worth more than all the money in the world. I learned that we must work hard for what we want. Nothing good comes easy. If we want an education, we must study. If we want success, we must work. If we want love, we must open our hearts. If we want change, we must take action. I learned that we cannot do everything alone. We need help. We need kindness. Mr. Park helped me when I needed it most. He asked for nothing in return. Now I try to help others the same way. I learned that money is not everything. Mrs. Chen had a big house and beautiful things, but she was lonely and sad. My family had almost nothing, but they had each other. They had love that made them rich. I learned that it is never too late to change. Mrs. Chen spent many years being cold and closed. But in the end, she opened her heart. She found a way to help. She found meaning. I learned that every choice has a consequence. When my parents let me go with Mrs. Chen, they lost their daughter for many years. But they gave me a chance for education. When I left Mrs. Chen's house, I gave up comfort and security. But I found my family again. Every choice we make closes one door and opens another. I learned that life is not fair, but we can still choose how we respond. I could have been angry and bitter about my hard life. Instead, I chose to work hard and help others. That choice made all the difference. Most of all, I learned that nothing is free, but everything is possible. Yes, we must work hard. Yes, we must pay a price. Yes, life is difficult. But if we are brave, if we are strong, if we are kind, we can build a beautiful life. As I sit here watching the sunset, I feel grateful. I am grateful for my struggles because they made me strong. I am grateful for my failures because they taught me lessons. I am grateful for the people who hurt me because they taught me what not to become. I am grateful for the people who helped me because they showed me what kindness looks like. My name is Maya. I am 25 years old. This is my story. This is the story of how I learned that nothing is free, but everything is possible. Tomorrow, 10 new children will join my program. They are from poor villages like mine. They have dreams like I did. They need help like I did. I will tell them my story. I will tell them that the road is hard. I will tell them that nothing is free. Everything has a price. But I will also tell them that they can do it. I will tell them to work hard, to be brave, to be kind. I will tell them that the best things in life are free: love, hope, kindness, and dreams. I will tell them that everything is possible. And I will be there to help them, just like Mr. Park helped me. Because that is what we do. We help each other. We lift each other up. We pass on the kindness we received. This is my story. This is the lesson I learned. Nothing is free. Everything has a price. But with hard work, courage, and kindness, everything is possible. The sun sets behind the mountains. The sky turns orange and purple and pink. It is beautiful. A new day will come tomorrow. There will be new challenges and new opportunities. There will be new prices to pay and new blessings to receive. But I am ready. I am strong. I am grateful. I have learned the greatest lesson of all: nothing is free, but love makes everything worthwhile. This story is designed for A1, A2 English learners. It uses simple vocabulary, short sentences, and clear grammar while telling an emotional and complete story about life, sacrifice, hard work, kindness, and hope. Now that you've seen the whole story, we would really appreciate it if you rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. Your thoughts help us improve and make sure we bring you the kind of stories you truly enjoy.